This is Monday, the May 30, 2022, and my name is Eva Virginius, and I live in Sweden. And I'm very technical, interested, not in everything, but it's this that we are very close to the end of time for this planet, because of I heard on television. I watched the news in the morning, and it was about Mastercard have started to do be rid of the cards they have, bank cards they have, and instead they want us to have that. It's not about to have a chip inside us. It's to recognize our hand or the face. And for me, it's more question about the face, because it can change the face of accident or of age and some other things. I know when my aunt, she was together with two men, and she got a baby of that relationship. She had been with those two men, but separated from each other, and they didn't know who was the father in that time. It was in the 40s, but they could see it on the ears. But that is not the whole face. But the shape of your ears can tell who is the father. And they find out that the man, it was when my cousin was about 15 years old, and he had been treated as the son of this man, and then they find out on the ears that it was not that man that was his father. It was another man, and but the man, he have treated this boy as his son, so he let it be and treat him as his son. So that was very nice done. And then now when the DNA came and I did the test, and I told my cousin's daughter that want to do a family tree, and I told her that her father, her grandfather of her father was not the real father, that it was another, that grandfather. And she be very angry at me, and she blocked me. And it was before a DNA test. I heard it from my mother, so I say that. And everything that my mother had been told me, it had come true. I know it now. Of all this, she told me about her family, and my father's family, and what she was saying, it was true. But her sisters, they mock her and say that she was a liar, that she had a fantasy like that. So, but then when the DNA test came and I did the DNA test, I found out that everything was true, what my mother said. And it's sad that she don't live here on Earth anymore. So and not her sister either. All are passed away. But now they know the truth. And so I have checked out her family tree, my cousin's daughter, and she have filled in because she did a DNA test because of what I was tell her, and she find out that what I was telling her was true, that it was another man, but this with I don't know how they can measure the face to be so no one, like a twin could take out money from the bank account in that way. So I don't understand how they could do it. But the hand is different because the pattern in the hand is different for each person. No one had the same pattern in the hand. So technical that works. And when I heard about that, it made me more be convinced to I believe that this what I have seen and heard. It was in 1978. I was up in a spaceship, and I had some important person with me, and I think it was God that took me up in that spaceship. And when I come in there in the spaceship, it was in 1978. There it was much gears, all radio and television and everything in the kitchen should be with so much gears, handles, and when inside the spaceship it was to touch the cabins, the drawer, to open up it was nothing to hold in to pull it out. It was to touch like we have today. And then in the center of the spaceship there was like it looked like an elevator. It was like I could see in it. It was transparent. It was like glass, and but it was closed. That pipe, the big, very big pipe. It could be about 10 people inside it. So big was it. And but it was a door to open up for to go into it, and on the side of that door was it like a hand. It was in these metallic things, and I think it was. I don't know the real details of it, but I think it was not metallic. It was something else. I think it was like egg shell color plate there, but it was a hand that was a little deep, so I had to place my hand in that on that hand that was on the side of the door, and when I did that, I come back to my home. So that was a way to open the door, and that's where we are today. And when I have a spirit here that confirm things that I say, that like what I'm talking about. So it, for me, thinking about that today, I didn't think about it when I started recording, but it come to me now, and maybe the spirit have done that to me, that it's a little like confirming about spaceship. And for me, is it because I know that aliens are real, because I have met them, and they look like us. You can't tell that they are aliens. They have not those big guys. They look like us, and you know that those robots they working on, they look like a human robot. So that's not very strange today. It have been very strange in 1978 to talk about that, and but today is it real? And so they mixed up with us in that way, and they changed the world today. For me, it's very likely that Mark Schenkenberg is alien created to change the world so much, and maybe all those people that is the spirit confirm, that all those people that is today that have lots of money and lots of influence in invent things that can change the world. It's a breed or a construction of aliens, and I have told you that I asked God when God come in 2000, when the higher priest left, then God come and talk. I couldn't see him, but I heard him talking, and it's very strange for me. But today is not so strange, because I have the spirits that is here is also aliens. So I have, in one episode, I let aliens come forward and talk. So they are here, and maybe it's they that I can't see. That I see most of the spirits that come through. But then is it more and more that I don't see see those spirits, and it's not really spirit, it's aliens that is here. And I have talked about this, that they carry no reflection. That military have test to do those things, that like a fiber, you put on a fiber and you can disappear. It looked like that for our brain. It have disappeared, and they have that, so they can be not visible, because they don't reflect. For our eyes must have reflection, so it hit back. The color there is, oh, he's on me so very much now, so that's, I'm very sure it's alien here. It's the color they have. A color can be white and black also. A color they have, it must bounce back to our eyes, and for our brain to understand there is a person standing there, or a item, something there is there. It's not only air, it's something there. That is reflection for our eyes to could understand. In not eyes, our brain can understand that there is something. It's not only air, it's someone there or something there, and they have come to know this sort of things, so they have this. And people laugh about this with the aliens, but it's because they don't understand this. I have a very high technical level. I understand that I was receiving it to could understand things on Earth here. So it so when God come and talked to me, I didn't see him, but I heard him, and he's of all question I could ask God. I felt it was God, but I didn't knew God. But in some way I understood it was God that was talking to me. So all the question I could ask him, I asked him, what is alien? What is alien, a spaceship and these things? What is it? And God didn't laugh at me for that question. He say it's very serious to me, that is the people of the future, and that we can understand today. If you have the understanding that you have got in your brain, that this, when God say that's the people of the future, that means very technical people in the future. And when God was talking to me, it was in year 2000, and now is it 2022, and so that when God was talking to me, he was talking about the future, and the future is here now, and it's very, very close to be the end of day. And in my thinking is that I'm more believe that there is going to be spaceship that is covering all over the world and sending message for people, and they maybe not have any no reflection. They have reflection, so we can see them. And I have told about the technical about that. You see them flying away very fast, but it's because they standing still in the air, in the sky. But then they put on this no reflection on the spaceship, so you don't see them. And then in far away there is a spaceship that take away this no reflection, and you see it at spaceship, and you think it's the same spaceship that have fly away, but it isn't. It's only how they decide what we will see or not see. So I have at least 75% I'm thinking that we will see spaceship coming in the clouds, coming down here, and 25% that is human-like that is coming in the air. But I think my Messiah is coming in a spaceship. And the devil have told people that it's to be scared about aliens. And it's the same with aliens like it is with us people. That there is some that is evil, but there is much more that is good, that is aliens. It's more aliens that is good, that work for us, than it is evil. So we should not be scared about them. They maybe look a little different from us sometimes, but they want the best for us. They try to protect this planet, and they will come. And but it was one more subject I wanted to talk about that is very sad, because on the news today it make me to remember my youth. Also that it's very much today here in Sweden that young people use balloons, those for birthday balloons, and it is because that gas, that fake air, I don't know what it is in English, but it's those that they blow up the balloons with. It's like coming in like cans. It's coming with cans, and you put it into the balloon opening and blow up the balloon, and the balloon, it can go up in the ceiling because of that. If it's only air that you breathe into the balloon, it's laying on the floor. But if is that a kind of gas that is in the can that go up in the ceiling, the balloon, and put in gas in the balloon, and then they breathe in everything that is in the balloon and go high. And they were talking about that this morning, and they put a warning because it's affect your brain, and it give you mental issues. You get mental problem from that, and it's going into your nerve system in your body. So there is people. It's not one time you do it, but you kill your brain cells every time you breathe in these things. And but if there is people that use it every day, and they got nerve problems, so they can't walk, they can't talk, they can't move, and they don't know how long it lasts, but they know that it can last for many months. You sit in a wheelchair because of you take in that gas that is in the balloon. So that was a warning, and I share this warning because I want your best. I don't want you to die. I want you to live. And then I'm thinking about that. It have been all the time, in all generations, people try to find something that make them high and go away from the situation they are in life, and they think it solve all their problems. But when this what they breathe in, what they goes out, and they come back to their normal thinking, then is the problem still there. It doesn't solve any problems. It solves the problem for some minutes, and it causes you to lose brain cells, and the brain cells you lose will never come back, and it can create much problem for you in your whole life. It's the same with you that try to make a suicide, and some if I should say that word, fake suicide to get attention, and you are playing with the death, and you're playing with to be paralyzed if you take much pills, and you wake up and you maybe wake up, find yourself be paralyzed for the whole life. And I should not say that. If you should do suicide, you should do a suicide. But people do this to call for help in that way. And I have told you that God doesn't like people that do suicide. We should not kill, and you kill yourself in that way. And this it was a famous author here in Sweden. He played with to go in the garage to his car, and then he start the car, and then he was inside with closed doors and be high of the the gas that come out from the car. And then in the last minute he go and opened the door and went out, and then he was okay again. And he did that, but one day he never could come to the door and open it up. So he killed himself in that way. And that can happen when you do experimental things for to go away from the situation, the world. You go away, but it's so much better to go away by be closer to God, to teach yourself by listen at all these episodes that have been recording here in my podcast, to understand the world that is not this world, but that is around us, that can help us to overcome all those problems. I have lots of problems in my life if I want to look at the problems, but I know that this planet, the family I was placed into, that area, the country that I was placed into, that is not mine. It's not me, because I have everything that is mine is in heaven. So I can look at the whole situation that I have, that this is not my world, what I see and hear here on earth. That is not, it's not mine. It's not where I really are. I am not what they say on this planet. I am not in this family with all these problems they have, friends or whatever is the obstacles in your life. I can see all the problems to be placed here on earth, but I don't belong to this earth, so I can overcome it. I don't need to have anything inside me to make me go away in that way. I live here and now, and I can face the problem because I know that there is another world that is around us that most people can't see. Some people can feel it, and a few people can also see it, but they don't understand it really. So that you should do. It's not about making suicide, it's not to make drugs. It is to face life and understand that this is only a temporary place you are in. It's not you, and it's not where you will live. It's only for a short time to teach us what's important for us when we come to heaven, that we will be so happy to have going away from it. But we can't kill ourselves, because that can make a problem for us to, I say us, I should never do it, but it's will be can be a problem to could stay in heaven, and you should want to be in the city and not in on the meadow where they don't remember anything about this planet, what they did and should have not done, and understand everything what was here on this planet, and can deal with it and be relaxed about it. And those in the city can move away in the whole universe to look at planets, but those on the meadow, they are on the meadow for the whole life they have. But those in the city, they can travel away, they can travel in time also, they can go back in time also to see everything from the beginning. So that's what you want to be, but you can't be in the city, that I know. You can't be in the city if you kill yourself. You can be allowed to be on the meadow and only playing all day long, and not know the real truth. So I hope you understand. You should not kill, and you should not kill yourself in all the way you can do it. It's not only to kill your body, you can kill your brain also. So, and you can kill your spirit also. Thank you for listening.